So one of the biggest conclusions about Chad Daybell and Lori Cox Vallow isn't that they killed their two kids or they killed Lori's two kids and they killed Chad's wife, but it's that they killed everybody else. There's like 3, 4, 5, 6, probably 7, 8 more bodies. You have Charles Vallow is going to get killed by Alex Cox. Alex Cox is going to have, a random ass heart attack, just like Joe Ryan had a random ass heart attack. And then you had Chad's wife die. So that's 4 on top. That's 6 dead bodies. That's 6 dead bodies. Also interesting, you have Amy Carr, who apparently she shook her newborn and she killed her. She killed her newborn. She's going to get 55 years in jail. But look at all these people who game the fucking system. They game the system. Thank God that Tisha is actually going to go to jail for life. I mean, that Kim Potter didn't even blink. She didn't even blink. She murdered a person and then was... oh my gosh. I can't believe I did that. Oh my gosh. Kim Potter is a psychopath. Kim Potter doesn't have a soul. Michael Ninomina, Emily Canales. Emily Canales is going to just get slapped 3 times. Denise Cordova killed a 2-year-old. There was that baby Laca in Pueblo. Child abuse is all over the place. So, Tisha, you're not supposed to stab the children in the face. I know, spare the child, spoil the rod, but there is no God, and you're just being a piece of shit. Do you have ethics? Okay, go ahead. No, let's all, Tisha, everybody shut up. Tisha's going to tell us about the philosophy of goodness. Okay, Tisha, what's the philosophy of goodness? Do you have a philosophy of goodness? No, of course not, because you're shooting goddamn... Tisha shot Gannon in the face and then stabbed him 18 times, packed him in a suitcase, drove to Florida. This is out of Colorado Springs. So this motherfucker is able to get a fucking rental car. She's got a bank account and a post office box, and she probably has a right to vote too, right? Got a rental car, drove all the way to Florida, and then chucked Gannon's body in a suitcase over a bridge. And basically that's how they caught her, because the idea was to throw it into a creek in Florida so it'd wash out into the Gulf of Mexico, which is, what the fuck? That's like, it's not, it's kind of ingenious. I mean, that's kind of smart. So what movie did she watch? But no, Tisha, you're not supposed to shoot people at all. You're not supposed to shoot children. You're not supposed to stab... No, Lori Cox Vallow. No, what are you doing? You're not allowed to kill people in their sleep. No, Lori Vallow. You're not allowed to get your own 2 kids. Chad Daybell. What a dumb fucking piece of shit. He finally got himself a blonde bombshell, right? And he was willing to do anything and everything. Chad Daybell was willing to go ahead and kill the wife he already had. Chad Daybell was going to kill Lori's 2 kids. Oh, he's down with it all. And then put it all on the fall guy, Alex Cox. Alex Cox could just be a protective brother. But then, Alex Cox, how come you never, let's see. Charles Vallow killed by Alex Cox, lured to the house. So apparently Charles Vallow was lured to the house. And he was a baseball player. And Alex Cox said he got hit in the head with a baseball bat. And there's... no EMS, no paramedics, water. Can I have some water? No, I don't need to go to the hospital. I just got hit in the head with a bat. Can I have a glass of water? I'm feeling a little parched. So, I mean, that happened July 11th, 2019. Joe Ryan was the first Mary Jo. Heart attack, right? So, Alex Cox had a heart attack. Joe Ryan had a heart attack. Charles Vallow was just... I heard Alex Cox said he shot the shit out of him. He hit me in the head with the baseball bat. I shot the shit out of him. You know? So no, Tisha, no Karens. You're not supposed to be racist. You're not supposed to be abusing children. Get in the house. No, don't pack children into suitcases and chuck them over a bridge in Florida. Don't chuck them into a creek so they'll wash out into the Gulf of Mexico. No, Tisha. No, Lori Cox Vallow. Let's take a look at Lori Cox Vallow. Lori Cox Vallow's just got a nasty ass fucking... This all happened in Rexburg, Idaho, too. What the hell's going on in Idaho? A lot of shit's been going on all throughout the country. I wonder if it's time for a constitutional convention. You think it's time to rewrite the rules? Do we really know what the rules are? Or let's get on the same page. Let's just have a constitutional convention to get on the same page. Anybody? America? Anybody? Huh? Anyone? So we're looking up. Oh, Lord, Vallow. Vallow. So yeah, Alex and Lori and the two kids all lived together, and they killed the two kids. And then she was such a liar. That damn Lori lied right to her mother's face. That damn Lori lied right to her sister's face. Ma, you know me, Ma. Ma, you know me. The kids are fine. The kids are fine. They found him in the backyard of Chad Daybell. Chad Daybell. Pretty dumb motherfucking piece of shit, pervert, chases his fucking dick, kills her kids, kills his wife, participates, helps, aids and abets, somehow is a part of it. She's gonna die of asphyxiation. And you know what Chad Daybell told the authorities when they said, hey, she died in her sleep, she's only 49 years of age. People aren't supposed to die at 49 years of age. That seems like there might be foul play. There might be some probable cause of maybe a murder. Maybe there's a crime here, No, officer. Look, she had a cough last night. Oh, he didn't tell us that. Yeah, she had a cough last night. Well, shit. Okay, so here's two pictures I want you to see. So this motherfucker here. Look at this. Look at this nonchalant fucking face. This nonchalant, I don't give a fuck about anybody's face. I mean, this is, oh my God. I mean, there's no denying it. I bet you there's still some fucking pervy sons of bitches that still won't see the wickedness. The wickedness just oozes out. Oh, you are gross. You are disgusting. You fucking sick sight. She's a Christian. No, spare the rod, spoil the child. You gotta listen to God. It's all about believing in God. It's not about ethics and morals. If other people believe in God and believe in illusion and dumbass bullshit, then she's down with the dumbass bullshit. And how old is she? Goddamn, in her 50s? She's been going around being a fucking psycho, just saying a whole bunch of dumbass fucking bullshit. God, Jesus, Trinity. Jesus married Joseph, and then the whole Trinity, of course. And then she was actually part of more of a radical Mormon doomsday cult, the Morosites. She's part of the Morosites. They were planning on the end of days, 144,000 people. Only 144,000 people are going to get into heaven. So she was kind of picking people who was going to get to heaven and who wasn't going to get to heaven. So apparently her own kids, she's going to orchestrate the murder of her own kids. So R.I.P. to Tylee and JJ. JJ and Tylee is going to get killed by either her or her urgent of Chad Daybell. So Chad Daybell is just into her, man. Just couldn't get too much. Just so crazy about this ugly ass piece of shit. Wicked motherfucker. This bureaucratic pile of shit. I've seen this fucking bureaucrat all over the place. Oh, you don't have fucking time? Why are we paying this asshole $20 an hour to be a clerk? I don't even want to come to this dentist office ever again. This motherfucker, she was filing her nails, so she didn't have time to say, oh, who are you? Oh, you have an appointment? Oh, okay, come right in. She didn't have time to fucking be decent. Didn't have a second. Didn't have a half a fucking second to be decent. So a whole bunch of dead bodies all over the place. Her brother, Alex Cox, killed Charles Vallow. Joe Ryan was the first marriage. He died of a heart attack. Alex Cox is going to die of a heart attack. Charles Vallow got shot up. Tammy died in her sleep of asphyxiation. This kind of reminds me of that one case where the one woman was telling the other guy to kill himself. He was like, I'm on the last thread. This is it for me. And she's like, do it. I don't care. Do it. You think if you're any kind of man, you do it. If you're any kind of man, you do it. And so once she sees that the Chad Daybell is into her, well, she's going to use that sexual power to, tie up some, loose ends. Quote unquote. So apparently her daughter and her son doesn't get into heaven. I mean, this is what Christians do, right? Just a bunch of psychotic piles of shit. All they care is about power and money and sex. They don't give a shit about other fucking people. They got no morals. They got no ethics. You tell me she read the preamble? Well, I got to establish justice today. Domestic tranquility is going to have to wait till tomorrow. Today's establishing justice. Then we're going to provide for the common defense, and then we're going to... Amy Carr gets 55 years. Amy Carr gets 55 years, and she probably just shook her newborn baby because she got mad at it for half a second. This motherfucker plotted it, and she got Chad Daybell to do it, fucking perverted piece of shit. He was so into her, and she was just like God saying, you know, you gotta get rid of some of these these obstructions to heaven. And then Chad Daybell's, oh, well, I don't know what you're trying to say, but are you saying... What are you saying? Oh, I'm not saying nothing. Just that, these are obstructions to getting to heaven. Tylee and JJ, and then they were like calling them like fucking names and shit. Like when they killed Charles, they were sitting there saying it was Chad or something. Oh, that's not Charles no more. That's Chad. That's Chad. So, Tisha, come on, Tisha, don't stir Chad Daybell's dick up to get him to kill your kids. Lori, what the hell are you doing, Lori? Don't ever contradict a woman. Don't ever speak out of turn. No. And Lori Vallow is old as shit. And even though she may have been somewhat of a looker like, 50 years ago, take a look at her booking photo. Take a look at her booking photo. Just disgustingness. Just absolute wretched disgustingness. She looks as ugly as her soul. She looks as wretched as her soul. So, oh, dang, look at that. Looks like, did you paint those eyebrows on? I remember Barbara Williams had eyebrows like that. Barbara Williams is a white supremacist, child abusing pile of shit. Nobody ever contradicted her. Nobody ever said shit to her. That pile of fucking shit never had one single kind word to say to her grandson. So you ugly. U-G-L-Y. You ain't got no alibi, Lori. You ugly. You ugly. And so what's the point? The point is she's fading from glory. This is faded glory. She finally, she doesn't stir people up the way she used to stir people up. And now she found Chad Daybell, and Chad Daybell's getting all stirred up. Oh, God. Chad Daybell, that's what you're into? Damn, Chad Daybell. Those who make peaceful revolution impossible will make violent revolution inevitable. That is JFK. You can't kill a revolution. You can kill a revolution. No, wait. You can't kill the idea of a revolution. You can't kill the idea of freedom. You can kill the freedom fighter. You can kill the revolutionary, but you can't kill freedom and you can't kill revolution. Look at how the cops, look at how they acted, man. When they were interviewing her and talking to her, fucking shit. And then when it came to Tammy, she had a cough last night. Oh, okay, just had a cough, huh? And then I saw some old interviews, and they're all vouching. The mother, the sister, all of her friends, so many women. Lori Vallow is the nicest person ever. She's sweet and compassionate. She actually puts her children above herself. She is selfless. Great revolutions isn't the fault of the people. It's the fault of the government. True revolution comes from true revulsion. When things get bad enough, then the kitten will kill the lion. Revolution only needs good dreamers who can remember their dreams. All revolutions are impossible until they're inevitable. Revolutions never go backwards. I mean, who the fuck can sit there and say that they're on board with Lori Vallow and her fucking disgusted wretchedness? Lots of people are killing people all over the fucking place. Why? I think we can get to the heart of the matter. What is wrong with America? Let's look at Lori Vallow. She's just a superficial piece of shit. She only cares about loving Jesus, but she doesn't care about Jesus at all. So she adopts this insanity, and then only insanity makes. She doesn't care about logic or science, and she's not trying to figure out the world. Just chaos. Isn't that what Jordan Peterson says woman is? She can't put things in order. Can she not order things in her mind? She only brings chaos and misery and cruelty, and she's a selfish piece of crap, and she uses her looks to get people all stirred up, and she can't empathize or get anybody to the promised land. No solidarity. Fidel Castro, he said he had 82 men for the revolution, but really he only needed 10 to 15. An absolute faith and a plan of action. Plan of action, absolute faith, 10 to 15 guys. All revolutions are impossible until they're inevitable. All revolutions need are good dreamers who can remember their dreams. Every generation needs a new revolution. A revolution is an idea which has found its bayonets. Revolution is self-defense for a nation. So, what the hell is going on with this damn Lori Vallow? This sick, fucking, disgusting Lori Vallow. This sick motherfucker. Autopsy of Tammy Daybell. She was asphyxiated. So, she's choked to death. The coroner's report, that's good evidence, apparently. That's an official report. Alex Cox was killed. He had changed his last name to Pastinis. Alex Cox was Pastinis and married. And he told his brand new wife that they were going to make him the fall guy. And he's going to die December 12th, 2019. He died after Charles Vallow was killed the same year. After Joe Ryan was killed and Charles Vallow was killed, Alex Cox was killed. And Tammy was killed in 2019 too. So July 2019, October 19. Make him the fall guy. You think maybe he choked her and killed her? Don't know. Don't matter. Chad Daybell and Lori Cox Vallow are fucking guilty. Buried the two kids in Chad Daybell's yard? What the fuck? What the fuck? I mean, it's evil as fuck, but it's also, that's a smoking gun. That's a smoking gun. What? Why do you have the remains of dead bodies in your yard? That's weird, man. Alex Cox died of a blood clot, they said, and high blood pressure. Blood clots, high blood pressure? He was only freaking 50 or something. Chad and Lori had said that JJ and Tylee had become zombies and that they were possessed. They were possessed, they became zombies. These are Lori's own children, Lori Vallow. She was stealing the Social Security away from JJ and Tylee. Talk about Caucasian women. I've heard of other Caucasian women always gaming the system, gaming Social Security, abusing their children, and then getting the Social Security payments straight into their pockets. She took Social Security money after JJ and Tylee was gone, and also insurance fraud. So they're being charged with first-degree murder and grand theft because of the insurance fraud. They should be charged something with Social Security, some federal charges, I would think. They were calling Charles Ned. Nick Schneider. That's not Charles Vallow. That's Ned. That's evil-ass Neddy. And they shot him. 62-year-old. So Brandon just moved. Lori was one of the few people who knew of his address. Alex Cox said he thought he was going to be the fall guy. Lori Vallow goes by Lori Daybell, Lori Vallow, Lori Ryan, Lori Cox, Lori... Whole bunch of names. Lori, definitely. Lori Norene. Lori Norene Cox, Ryan Daybell Vallow. She was born in California in San Bernardino. San Bernardino. This is like the homewrecker from hell. She's like the anti-Brady Bunch. Hey, how about we all just be one big happy family? Let's not and say we did. Let's not and say we did. So how come Tisha gets to say dumbass, insane shit? Could you imagine Tisha being your fucking stepmother? Oh, okay, Tisha. No, I'll listen to you, Lori Daybell. Oh, okay. Oh, the rapture. Right. The God and then the heaven open 144,000. Right, okay. She's pretty. That's why she says the stupid, insane shit. Nobody ever corrects her because she's pretty. And they would rather just stay on her good side. It's not that they agree with her. They're just, scared of her. 3 branches of government. Terrible mother, terrible to her kids. You think she knows the 3 branches of government or the rule of law or the preamble? You think she knows any laws whatsoever? She's probably one of them stupid-ass pieces of shit that's like, the laws don't apply to me. There are no laws in America, in Kentucky, in this nation state, in this democratic constitutional republic. There are no laws. The last place they saw Tylee was at Yellowstone Park. Hebrews 12:23, Chad Daybell got a preliminary hearing. 1861 was the Morrisite Wars. And that sect has been defunct since 1969, except for the Order of Enoch. Bilateral pulmonary thromboemboli with hypertensive cardiovascular disease. That's what Alex Cox died of. So heart attack. Interesting. Let's see here. 1 heart attack, 2 heart attacks, an asphyxiation, 2 burials. Then there's another dead body. How many? Let's see. Tammy, Joe Ryan, Charles Vallow, and R.I.P. to Tammy. Daybell. What's her maiden name? R.I.P. to Joe Ryan, R.I.P. to Charles Vallow. And I guess Alex Cox. R.I.P. to Alex Cox, because, he could be the fucking fall guy. But they're a part of it. They're a part of it. They have a storage unit in Rexburg, Idaho, preparing the people, is preparing them to go to heaven with 144,000. So apparently to Lori Vallow, Chad Daybell was the holiest of holiest. She was going to be the biggest whore of whores. And he was the Alpha, Father, Jesus, Holy Ghost, and Omega, Joseph, and Mary. And he got a preliminary hearing. The Order of Enoch carries on. The Order of Enoch carries on. So we got more details here. Lots of details. Lots of fucked up shit. Charles Vallow's killed by Alex Cox. And JJ and Tylee may have been witnesses to that. Apparently the bat, she had the bat in the hand or something. He took the bat out of her hand or something. And they were witnesses. So I wonder if JJ and Tylee got killed because they were witnesses. She also didn't love JJ no more. Or Charles. She was telling Chad Daybell she didn't love Charles or JJ no more. So let's see here. The Iowa Supreme Court case of Griffin v. Pate 2016, when deciding if the crime of delivery of a controlled substance was considered an infamous crime. Under the voter disqualification provision of the Iowa Constitution, Chief Justice Caddy opined, the district court held that crime is an infamous crime and a conviction thereof disqualifies persons from voting in Iowa. Following the analysis we have used in the past to interpret provisions of our Constitution, we agree and affirm the judgment of the district court. The term infamous crime was generally recognized to include felony crimes at the time of our Constitution was adopted. This meaning has not sufficiently changed or evolved to give rise to a different meaning today. So infamous is felony, and felony is infamous. This matters for the Fifth Amendment to the Constitution provides that prosecutions for a capital or otherwise infamous crime must be instituted by a presentment or indictment of a grand jury. See Ex parte Wilson, 1885, U.S. v. Wellington, 9th Circuit. 1982, Gonzalez v. U.S., 5th Circuit, 1981. As with a capital crime, whether a crime is infamous depends upon its punishment rather than upon the character of the accused criminal act. The courts have ruled that any crime that may be punished by more than 1 year imprisonment in a penitentiary or at hard labor is an infamous crime. So 6 years. If a maximum is 6 years, then that would make it infamous. That'd make it a capital infamous crime. See Green v. U.S., 1958, Mackin v. U.S., 1886, U.S. v. Russell, 8th Circuit, 1978, Catlett v. U.S., 4th Circuit, 1943. Since all federal felonies are punishable in that fashion, they are infamous crimes. See 18 U.S.C. 4083. Therefore, unless an indictment is waived, its use is required to charge a felony. Although the penalty for a misdemeanor may be imprisoned for 1 year, a misdemeanor is not an infamous crime because the defendant cannot be placed in a penitentiary without his or her consent. Penalty for a misdemeanor may be 1 year. It's not an infamous because they can't be placed in a penitentiary without his or her consent. Really? 18 U.S.C. 4083. Prosecutions for contempt are an exception to the constitutional requirement. Green v. U.S. Because of its unique character, a contempt prosecution may be initiated by information even if the defendant is sentenced to imprisonment for more than 1 year. Rule 7A provides that an offense punishable by death must be prosecuted by indictment without exception. Without exception. So a contempt prosecution can proceed by information. Why not do that by a grand jury? You could prove that in a grand jury like easy.